Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Monday, 18th day of November, 20th day of CHESHVAN. Now we're going to hit the topic, as we told you the other day, about spreading salt on an icy patch in the middle of Shabbos. Some of the rabbis say that it's permissible because it's not directly causing the melting to happen. You sprinkle some salt on the ice and you just put salt down. Then, when the salt sits on the ice, things start to happen, and you didn't directly make those things happen. You just put the salt there, and then nature takes its course, and salt that's sitting on top of ice, the ice starts to melt. And since it's grama, that means like an indirect activity that you're doing, it's permissible. Rav Belsky did not explain it that way. Rav Belsky's viewed it kind of more like this. He said, it's not because it's grama, it's not because it's indirect, it's because it's dangerous. And if it's dangerous and you want to facilitate that nobody falls or slips on that piece of ice, then you're allowed to avoid danger to another person on Shabbos. And that was the reason that you're allowed to spread salt onto ice. Now, this might just seem like theoretical, like, okay, so there's two different reasons, but it's gonna matter which reason we follow, because if we follow the reason that it's just considered indirect, then you could just spread any salt on any ice and you're just totally fine. According to the way that Rav Belsky views it, you're only allowed to do it where it poses a significant danger. But if the icy patch is somewhere that no one's walking, or for whatever reason no one's going to slip on this ice, it's impossible to slip on it for some reason, then you wouldn't be allowed to be putting the salt onto the ice according to Rav Belsky. So if you are in this situation, you sometimes are the one called upon to put salt on the ice in front of the steps of the shul or something, and do speak to your rabbi for guidelines on that. And especially think this out. You're only allowed to carry stuff like salt if there's an Eruv in your area. If there's no Eruv, well, then you got a whole lot of other considerations to think about before carrying the salt outside on Shabbos. So do speak this over with your rabbi, especially if you're that salt spreader in the front of your shul, or even if you're doing it in front of your house where you know other Jews are walking on Shabbos. Think this out, and now you're more educated on the matter, and decide accordingly what you're going to do about spreading salt on ice on Shabbos. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.